we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
What is the deal? What is going down? It is your boy Marley Bets, and this is Brothas N Bets Fight Club edition. Something we don't really get to talk often. And when I am talking fights and boxing, 9 times out of 10, I'm talking to the Reaper, Mikey Hova. What's going down, my brother? How you doing this morning?
Don't call me the Reaper no more. I'm the Mad Gambler.
Excuse me. Have a name change. Introducing Mikey Hova, the Mad Gambler. How you doing, Hova?
I'm not doing so good. I'm tired of losing.
I guess that means you mad. You should change that Mikey Hova to mad. You know what I'm saying? Mad.
The Mad Gambler. That's my new name right now because I'm pissed off.
All right. Well, today I don't know why NBA predictions are up. We ain't talking NBA.
I'm glad we're not talking NBA. That's what got me pissed off.
We talking?
I can't figure this shit out.
I had a decent day. I went 2-1 off the show plays yesterday. I lost the Bucks first quarter by 2 points. But I hit the Warriors over first quarter 53, and we hit the Warriors full game under. I believe it was 217 or 213, 2 something.
Well, I was 0 for 3. I was 0 for 3 for the WNBA, and I think I was I was 1 for 2 with the NBA.
But WNBA is early, so
yeah, it is, and that's and I gotta start realizing that. But my thing is, man, like I just want to I don't like giving out losing picks. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, of course,
that affects me a lot. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm mad, amongst other things.
Yo, my guy, motherfucking James, what's the deal? I gotta get James on the show, man. That man is fucking faithful. As I take a sip of my drink, and I'm sure
that sounds like a good idea. Matter of fact, let me take this shit off. I'm still mad though, but I'm gonna take this shit off.
Oh, that was your mad mask.
Facts. What's going on? How did everything go during the meet?
The kid Skyland, they got second on the relay team. They got a silver.
That's what's up. That's what's
up.
Yeah,
they look. I didn't get to see it because I was working. I came. I saw the 100. He got third in his heat, I believe, and that's all I got to see. Honestly, I missed long jump. I know he scratched on two jumps, scratched on 2 jumps, but one of them was a legal jump, but he didn't remember what he jumped. So yeah, but he had fun. That was his first medal. He's used to getting ready.
That's what's up.
So he was hype about that. We ate some ice cream and came on to the crib.
When them little kids be happy, you like when we be happy, like we gonna blow something or drink something. When they be happy, they be like, "Hey, ice cream or
got us some frozen icy Hawaiian ice." That shit. That shit was good. Smash my ice, smash it. It's been a good day. I can't complain so far. I'm already drinking. I'm always smoking. So. Yeah, so he came to pick up the kids. I got a house free right now. You know, I'm good.
But before we proceed, I just want to give y'all, the audience, just a little few details in regards to why I'm mad. I'm cold. I can't hit nothing. Every time with the NBA, I sit up there, I place a bet.
Is that what she said?
Yes, that's exactly what she said. I watch it, and then I just turn it off. Because I know I'm going to lose. But you know what?
More confidence in that, Mikey.
Exactly. But you know what? Today is a new day, and I'm going to be back.
It is a new day.
It's a new day, and that's the approach that you have to take when it comes to this gambling shit. T. Luke, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I was so mad yesterday. I'm trying to think of what's one. Oh, I don't want to because I don't know the young girl. Cherokee the ass could have called me.
Oh, porn. Okay. I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about?
She could have called me and said, Mikey Hova, we going on a date and I'm paying for everything. And I probably would have told her no.
I'm going.
That's how mad I was.
I'm going and I'm giving her some head. I don't give a fuck about what nobody say. I'll find a way to cheer up immediately. All right, man. Let's jump into on that note. For
let's get into it. Let's go.
Well, it's already a rated R show, but before it became a rated X show, talk about this one first. We already know what the main event is. Obviously, we're talking about the Charlo Castano main event fight tonight. But we got is this a co-main event or is it just like the next
it's
fight?
just on the card. I don't think it's a co.
Notable fight card, notable fighters. I don't even know Clayton's first name right now. But Clayton, I'm actually watching.
Custio.
Is that his
Custio Clayton?
Oh wow,
that's the first name. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. 18-0-1.
Yeah, this is supposed to be you. Go ahead, take this over.
So he's 18-0-1. He had a draw, I think, with Lipidus.
Yeah, it ended in a draw. Actually watching.
And Boots. Man, he mopped Lipidus. Like, I ain't gonna say it was easy work, but once he figured them out, like it was pretty much over.
Even before he figured them out, because the first couple of rounds he was working his ass. But keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So so I'm not gonna sit up here and say like it's a great matchup, but I do think it's a decent matchup for Enos. Just because the guy. He's 28-0. I think with 26 knockouts, and we probably gonna see another knockout. And look, let me tell y'all something. I watch a lot of boxing. This guy, Philly native, by the way. Shout out to Philly. This guy is a very special fighter.
He's solid.
And he's 5'10". We're talking about a big, solid welterweight who has offensive skills. His defensive skills are very superb, in my opinion. Only not, sometimes, when you see perfection, you kind of got to at least try to critique something. I don't like him getting in those exchanges sometimes because I feel like he leaves himself wide open. And if you go against a good puncher, they can counter you and whatever. But man, this guy's a real deal. I was actually talking to one of my homeboys earlier. Shout out to my nigga Rashawn Williams. Nigga knows way more about boxing than I do. And I told him I think Boots and Shakur Stevenson, them niggas might be the most talented boxers right now out of all of these niggas.
That Shakur is fucking talented, dog.
Man.
I know he's not fighting tonight, but that nigga is special. He got everything. He is the total package.
Yes.
He might be the scariest one of all of them niggas in that division.
So with Boots, he just climbing up the ranks and taking care of business. And I think he's gonna take care of business later on tonight. The dude is he's so talented, but the thing that impresses me is that he has a chin too. You know what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with a guy like that, I feel like, and I know people might look at his opponents and be like, well, who has he fought? Has he really been tested? Because I'm that kind of guy. I always say that. But I'm telling you right now, it don't matter. Like, I feel like he can get in the ring with anybody, and he's going to find a way to win. He's going to find a way to win.
Too much
so, I know the
the main event is Charlo Castano. But I just want to throw this out there to y'all, just so y'all can go ahead and just kind of, keep your eyes on this guy Boots, because man, this dude is dangerous.
If y'all don't know, he talking about Ennis.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know who Boots is, talk about Jerry Ennis.
And he knocked out Delorme in the first round. So I mean that tells you he's coming with bad intentions. And the one thing about him, he stays right in front of you and he's in the pocket.
Yeah, he's not.
Because some niggas like to say, people who don't know boxing, they always say, oh, well, this guy runs, that guy run. No, he's in the pocket. So if you want to see some action tonight, you're going to see it with Charlo Castano. Check out Enos Boots and Clay. And Clay not no pushover either.
No, Clay, I think he's a solid fighter.
He's a solid opponent.
I think he's a great, or you want to say good, he's a good opponent. I think he's a good opponent.
He is.
Obviously, for me, I think Ennis is going to win the fight. That's a no-brainer, right? I think the line is fucking minus 2,500. So we're talking betting. Obviously, nobody is going to take Ennis. I don't recommend you take Clay 1,300. But if you want to throw away some money, even if you be like, well, it's just $20. I mean, if you want to just throw that away, you're better off balling it up in the trash in the bar and then just putting it in the trash, or go give it to your wife or your husband. It's 2020.
Yeah,
whoever, go give it to somebody. Go spend it on your kids. Don't put it on Clay. However, I am going to make a bet on this fight. I'm going to take the over 5.5. I think it'll get. I don't think he's going to knock him out to like the 7th, maybe the 6th. I mean, okay. Lipowitz went how far? Lipowitz went what?
He went more than 5.5 against Boots.
Right. I think he went 8, 7.
Yeah. And then he went the distance with Clayton. It was a draw.
And they had a draw. And I think Lipowitz, he didn't respect Clayton as much as he respected Ennis, because he wasn't going that hard with Ennis.
Well, early on he was, until he felt the power, and then he just kind of backed off. But yeah.
And I actually think okay. So let me give this to me. For those, we don't do a lot of boxing videos, so let me throw this out there for all the boxing fans out there. I am super biased and highly I'll just leave it as super biased. I am super biased toward Black American fighters, or just black fighters in general. So I'm always gonna, and it's not because I'm black, so let's start it out the way. It's because I've heard trainers, legendary trainers, and I want to say your boy's trainer, Soul's trainer.
Reynoso?
Yes, I'm not 100% sure about Soul's trainer, but multiple trainers, they literally avoid black fighters, bro. This is not new to boxing. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
I heard if it wasn't Castano, it was another legendary trainer. And Mikey, I've told you this story before. I think I heard it on Teddy Atlas' show. He was like, if you walk the trainer, I think it was Cuss. I could be wrong. The trainer, though, walking down the street, he said, if you walk down the street and you stop any black person on the street and ask him to throw a jab, just a simple jab, and you stop any other white person or any other race for that matter and ask them to do the exact same thing, it's a difference. That's what this is not my words, it's the trainer words. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. And Mikey, now these are my words. You already know how I feel about your boy dodging certain fighters, and I think he does that shit on purpose.
Man, we not finna get
into. But we're not
that.
going to talk about that. But I'm saying this goes into my point about.
But I understand
how biased I am toward African American. So I say that to say this: that Lipowitz's fight ended in a draw, right? And it was a good fight. Clayton was way more. I mean, Lipowitz was way more active against Clayton than he was.
Exactly.
So it doesn't nullify what I'm about to say, but it does, take it into account. However, I think Clayton is a better boxer than Lipowitz was. Lipowitz in that fight, he was more of a slugger, more of a brawler.
I agree.
So I don't think he's going to be as susceptible to being countered and hit like Lipowitz was. He's going to be a little bit more safer. Therefore, I think the fight will go a little bit longer, or at least as long as the Lipowitz fight. I think that 5.5 is very, very low. However, Ennis can knock that nigga out in the first. So, it's not like I'm not going to go big on this, but I think it's a much better play than the minus 2,500, obviously, and minus plus 1,300. I'm trying to pull up the other props, but they don't have them, like knockout props or something like that, because that's the only other option on this fight is to take Ennis for the knockout, maybe after. I don't know how Ennis for TKO, depending on the odds, or unless you can call around. But other than that, minus 2,500 is bullshit. And I'm telling you that plus 13, like I said, you better off taking that, whatever unit size you thinking about putting on it, because it's plus 1,300. Ball that shit up.
I mean, if your bankroll nice, why not?
Because it's just a waste of money. You can give it to me. The Brothas N Bets cash app is listed in the description. If you want to just cash out me that tip, I surely appreciate it. Skyland appreciate it. That's my boy. Because you probably bought some popcorn for us at the Doctor Strange movie we're about to go see. So if you guys want to do that, I suggest you do that instead of betting on Clayton. He don't have a chance, in my opinion. I always say, he don't
have a chance at all.
Chance. I know that's what they say, but like he don't have a chance. Unless it's just.
But do he has a puncher's chance?
I don't think so, personally. I just watched his fight.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Good fighter though, but he's not. He doesn't even throw enough for one.
Yeah,
like his volume isn't that good, so he's really gonna have to I guess, try to counter in this. I don't know what his game plan is gonna be because he's already the smaller man, so he has to.
I don't know what his game plan is gonna be, but I'm gonna tell you what it should be. What it should be is weather the storm early on because Boots is gonna try to get him out of there.
Yeah.
Take Boots into the later rounds, do effective body work, and see if you can tire him out. Maybe get the stoppage later in the fight, or maybe.
Y'all hear this plan? Do y'all hear this plan? Do y'all hear this plan?
I know it doesn't.
I'm not saying that's not a good plan, but I'm saying that plan don't even guarantee you a victory. Like
it don't.
That's what I'm saying. That plan,
you're right.
That's a plan to keep you in a fight.
Yeah.
If it go to the judges, you not getting the win, Clayton. So, the only way Clayton is getting the win, he literally has to beat him up the majority of the fight or knock him out.
This dude.
The only two ways he gonna get the win. He literally has to beat Boots up the entire fight, or it gets a good overwhelmingly where it's like there's no way you can say they robbed him. If the fight is close, it's going to Boots. So, and then or knock him out. I definitely don't think he's gonna knock him out. So I think we can take that off the table. I mean, is it possible? It's boxing, right? Anybody can get hit with any punch. So we can say it's possible, but man, really? Okay, so let's just boom. So now you got to beat him up the whole fight. What's the odds of you beat? We just talked about how talented this man is, and this man is going to beat him up the whole fight. No fucking way. No fucking way. So your best bet, don't even worry about the side.
The bet is the over under.
Over under. That's what I looked at. The over under. I'm gonna take the over because I know I'm talking a lot of shit, but Clayton is not a bad fighter. He's a solid. I feel like as long as he don't get caught with nothing clean, he can last some rounds. Now the problem is he might get caught with something clean.
Look, Marley, let me ask you a question. If I'm a fighter and I look at the lines and it says over, first of all, I'm the underdog, and I look at the lines and the over under is 5.5. I think I would be very mad.
Are you a fighter and you fighting somebody like in this? Are you looking at the lines? Like,
I
do you want
shouldn't
somebody
be,
to
but I
tell you to
probably
look at the
would.
lines? I'm not looking at that.
But even if I'm not, somebody's coming in my ear telling me, "Yo, they
I don't
say
even know
you
if I
can't
want somebody
survive
to
6
tell me.
rounds."
Because it's two things. It's either one or two things are going to happen. It's going to motivate you, or it's going to deflate you.
Yeah, facts.
The only two things that could possibly come out of that situation. It can motivate you, like, oh, Vegas got me fucked up, or like, damn, they don't even think I had minus 30. He's minus 2,500. Just
So
to
them
win.
niggas saying basically I don't have a chance in hell. Actually, I have a better chance in hell.
Yeah, at minus
crazy.
2,500. I ain't seen the Alabama spread that big. All right, dog. That's why the fuck we here. This is what all the shit is about right here. Castano.
Give me a second.
Go ahead. Castano versus H Towns on y'all know we from H Town, right? Versus H Towns on motherfucking Charlo. The Charlo twins. Jermel. The line is Castano. Last I checked. Let me refresh and see if that is the current line, just to be on the safe side. Let me see. Refresh this shit. Bam. All right. Boxing. Current lines is still Brian Castano, tripping. Brian Castano is plus 170, and Jermel Charlo is minus 200. The lines are still current. I just refreshed them. Mikey, you want to take it away with a couple of actual factual?
I think this is definitely gonna be an intriguing matchup. A lot of people said Castano won. You know, some people said Charlo won. I actually went back and I watched the fight yesterday, and it was a lot of swing rounds in that fight. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So after I watched the fight and assessed it and scored it, I had it a draw. I'm not the biggest Charlo fan, and if y'all didn't know, I'll tell y'all that. However, I felt like Charlo won the last 3 rounds convincingly, and that's what got him the draw. That one judge, Nelson Vasquez, whatever his name is, he had Charlo winning 117, 111. We got to get shit out of that. We got to get shit like that out of boxing, man. He had Charlo winning 117 and 111.
No way that I was that far apart.
Exactly.
No way. I agree.
So let me tell y'all what I saw with that first fight. Number one, Charlo, he was not prepared for a guy that was coming inside and that was real rugged. Number two, Charlo did not listen to his trainer. I just got to be real. He did not listen to his trainer. He could have made the fight easier, but no, he wants to go out there. I don't know, whatever it is, try to be a gladiator or show, he's macho, whatever. But anyway, that played into Castano's hand. Castano, up and down, digging to the body. Charlo started laying on the ropes. Now, I fought a few times in the amateurs as far as just like training. I mean, I never had any fights, but when I was in New Mexico, I used to train with certain fighters at the Tapia gym. They never taught us that. Laying against the ropes. I don't know if he's seen Ali, rope-a-dope. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. But what he did do was he made a big mistake because he gave Castano confidence early in the fight. You don't ever want to give a guy confidence. You want to let him know that I'm establishing my dominance. I am the better player. I am the better fighter. I'm better than you, and I'm going to show you early on. Give somebody some confidence, they be like, shit, I might fuck around. I can hang with this nigga. And that's where he fucked up at. So, back to the point, as far as the Charlo Castano 2, I think they're gonna make some adjustments. I think Charlo is gonna establish his distance a little bit more, use his jab, and just wait for him to come in and counter him. And that's all he gotta do. It's easy. Charlo got the range. He's the taller fighter. He's a very tough, skilled fighter. So just keep him on the outside, man. Don't try to be macho and try to go tit for tat and toe for toe with this guy. Because if you do that, you're gonna lose. And the over under 10.5, I got the under. I don't think it's going the distance. Somebody get knocked out.
So right now, Charlo by KO, TKO, or DQ is plus 225, and Brian Castano by KO, TKO, or DQ is plus 620. Current lines.
And look, y'all gotta realize too, this is for the undisputed 154 division. It's never been done since they had 4 belts out. Now, now it's a lot of belts. It's never been done. I think Castano might got like the WBO or something.
I don't even know who has.
Charlo got all the. Charlo has the other 3 belts.
Yeah, like 3 belts.
WBA, WBC, and IBF. I believe. I could be mistaken.
All I be remembering is like IBF and WBC. Yeah, I know it's like a whole bunch of other shit.
But tune in because look, it's gonna be a good fight, and man, I'm ready for it. Like I want to see the adjustments.
All right, like I said, I have to keep throwing this disclaimer out there. Super biased toward black fighters. Think we're the best. All right, now that's out there. This was Charlo's problem in the first fight. And I'm pointing to my brain because he's just smart. He fought a dumb fight, right? You would kind of allude to this. He fought Castano's fight. He did everything Castano wanted him to do.
Exactly.
There, let's brawl, let's slug it out, and throw all these punches. When all his advantages are on the outside. He's a better skillful fighter. He's longer. He's taller. His jab is quick. Every time he stood back and threw the 1-2, bang, bang, it was connecting.
Yep.
The times he got in trouble was like when you said he want to go against the ropes and throw looping hooks, and Castano is, like you said, he ducking and hooking to the body, boom, boom. And outside of that, though, like if he, in my opinion, if Charlo really wanted to control the fight, all he had to do was keep the distance, keep the 1-2.
I agree.
Invite him to come in at times and counter that shit all day. It's wide open for the counter because he comes in throwing punches.
Did you know that he countered him early in the fight? Early, like I think the first or second, maybe third round, he countered him early. Charlo, let me tell y'all something. He has a sneaky counter with that left hook. If you don't watch it, and he did that to Castano and woke Castano up. But the problem was he couldn't go back to it because Castano was all up in here.
He just kept coming forward.
Which
you gotta respect that. And I think it'll be I'm kind of with you. So I'm already on this under 10.5. It's plus 2. Let me go back to my. Let me go back real quick and bring it back up. I think it's plus money though. I'm taking it under 10.5 because I agree with you. At the end of the day, win or lose, somebody probably get knocked out. At least there's a good chance someone can get knocked out. It's actually plus 220. So I'll take those odds. You know, it obviously was a draw. It could go the distance. Charlo's game plan should probably make it go the distance if he's going to stay on the outside, unless he, catch him with a nice counter coming in. But he's going to be available for that because he's going to come forward. And when you come forward swinging the way he's swinging, you leave yourself open for counters. So, and if Castano wins, obviously if Castano wins the fight, I think it has to be a knockout. I don't think he's going to get the decision. But for me, the game plan for Charlo should be stay on the outside, work the jab, double jab, throw the 1-2, like all that good stuff.
And when he shoot that jab and come back, with a hook.
I'm doing the show. You're live right now. I'm doing the show. You're live.
Oh, okay.
You're on the mic. They can hear you.
Where you at? Which show?
I'm doing boxing. Castano Charlo tonight.
Nah, which show?
Oh, this Brothas N Bets.
Okay, I'm gonna hop on.
Yeah, hop on. Who's that, LJ?
Nah, my boy J.O.
Tell him hop on. What's
my boy
up?
J.O.
But he should have. He did a good job of popping that jab late in the fight.
Right, but it's too late by then. He's already coming forward. He's already. I'm in the fight. Like I can win this shit. I'm already confident now. He can't hurt me. Whatever fucking going through his mind. But like early in this fight, man, you gotta. And now it's. I'm not saying it's too late now, but now like shit, he feel like he won.
Yeah. Again, it goes back to what I said, giving the nigga confidence. So the nigga coming in that hole like, hey, I can beat this nigga.
But you can't fall for the okie though, bro. You can't fall for this. I'm gonna try to knock him out. I want to be a brawler. Like, bro, work the ring. Keep him at the distance that he needs to be at, bro. Circle the ring and tear his ass up. What that's gonna do is gonna frustrate him for one. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get off kilter. It's gonna frustrate the fuck out of him. Then you counter him. I mean, that would be my game plan based off what I seen in the last fight. I just think Charlo completely did everything Castano wanted him to do. Like he fought the Castano fight. And if you're Castano, don't change shit. Make him fight your fight. Like I talk all the shit, try to get him off kilter. Come on, bring this shit. I do everything I can to get it to turn it into a brawl. I'll push him, grab him, whatever the ref is gonna let me get away with to turn this shit into a brawl. Because if you're Castano, that's your chance to win. And I mean, he landed a bunch of good shots. It was a great fight. So if you're Castano, the game plan isn't to change anything. You know what I'm saying? Try to turn it into a brawl, press him as much as you can, work the body, try to chop that tree down, like body. I work the body for like 3 rounds straight.
Thank you.
Like I wouldn't even go for the head. I just straight body.
Marley, you notice Charlo had to work off the back foot the first half of the fight.
Too much pressure.
He can't box off the back foot backing up. He cannot. And Castano proved that. He can't.
He will have to fit. Well, if that's the case, like I say, he got to keep him at distance then.
Stay within range. Establish your range.
At distance. Gotta learn how to do that turn. Don't get up against the ropes. You better turn.
And every time he got up against the ropes, Castano stole rounds. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at my score here. I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all this right here. I scored the fight. Then I had to scribble because I'm like, oh, now you let this nigga steal around. The last 17 seconds, body work, boom, 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 come back up to the head, bop.
He was catching him. But I wonder, does that frustrate you? Because he was catching him, he didn't knock him out one time. He was catching him with some flush shots.
They both was catching each other with flush shots. But you know how they go. You know, if you can't get a guy out of there, it's hard. That's when you have
That's
to
hard as
dig
fuck.
deep.
You hit the nigga hard as you can. This nigga not falling. Nigga like fuck. You go back to the corner like fuck. I hit him like 3 times.
That's like facts. That's like on some street fight shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I don't. I ain't had none of them. I had a couple street fights, but I ain't had none where me and him or just me is taking each other punches. Nigga, one of us, nah, nigga, what? Nah, we knocking niggas out.
Well, I've had
no brawls where like we just both of us when it's over with, it's a good fight. I ain't had one of those.
Well, no, I mean not in the boxing realm or whatever, but I'm saying like for me, I know I've had fights and I hit a nigga and that nigga just don't fall. And I'm like, okay. Then I had to realize, really, I'm a natural lightweight. This nigga's a fucking middleweight.
Yeah, see, I ain't had none of them.
And then so now I have to adjust because now the nigga coming at me trying to wrestle, do all type of shit. And then now I'm like, oh, okay. I gotta try to wrestle this nigga, get this nigga off of me. And you know, after that, that's when everybody partners start running in and all that shit. We start shooting and shit, but that's another story. But I'm just saying, like, it's deflating when you try when you hit a guy with all your power and they don't go nowhere.
They don't go down. Fuck hit a guy once. You hit it, they hitting each other 3, 4, 5 times. The niggas not falling, smacking each other. Pow, pow. So I mean, I think it's gonna be a really good fight. I actually think if Charlo sticks to the game plan, he should walk away with his victory. I think that's why it's minus 200.
I agree.
Vegas is letting you know. But Castano, obviously, plus 170, Castano has a chance. I mean, he has more than a chance to win this fight. I just think that if Charlo goes to the game plan, then he doesn't. But clearly, I'm sure that had to be the game plan the first fight in some kind of way, you know, ego or whatever. Maybe he wanted to put on the show. I don't know. But
I think Charlo thought he could just run through this guy like any other opponent. And then when he got in the ring with him, he was like, oh, this nigga's different.
Real.
So
he still didn't step back and start doing what he's doing, though. He slugged it out the whole fight.
Exactly. Because I don't know if y'all realize Charlo has a track record of being behind on the scorecards, but he makes it up because he gets you with that one shot and he drops them niggas and the fight is over with.
There go my boy. Charlo.
J.O. Man, I'm glad you brought that up, my nigga. That first of all, number one, Charlo needs a publicist. I don't know what the hell wrong with that nigga. Number two, J.O., you right. That nigga be too much in his feelings. That nigga be acting like he about to cry every time it's an interview.
Yeah, why was be saying that, bro? He about to cry.
Like, nigga, what's wrong? Dude. You know what I'm saying? Marley, come on, bro. Like, it's like, dude, just go with. And to say him and his brother are twins, he's so the opposite of his brother, bro.
Yeah, his brother about the business.
Yeah, this nigga.
He about business. He take care of his business. He talking shit, back it up, and then move on. This nigga Charlo, I mean, he be out of control, is what he be. He be fucking out of control.
I heard that nigga. I was watching the press conference. That nigga said, "Nigga, fuck Argentina. It's about the USA. We on our land." I'm like, so when did this nigga become a patriot? I didn't know niggas was rocking like that now. Oh, okay.
That's what I be saying. He be out of control, bro. He be out of control. You know, he wasn't like. And then he be out of control, bro. We just gonna leave it at that, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to go into more detail.
Like we said, Twin handle his business over here. He talk his shit, he back it up, and then you really don't hear too much from Twin unless he got a fight going on. You know what I'm saying? He kind of minded. He do his thing. He be in the cut. Goddamn Jamel, boy, shit.
That nigga reminds me of a Chihuahua. Like that nigga just be little nigga did just come up and then don't even bite you or nothing. You like, I was scared of this little nigga. And that's so now I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna kick this little nigga. I'm just gonna kick the dog. Like, fuck
to me, he don't be focused enough.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. He dope as fuck. Like, I mean, you know, he's talented and skilled as shit. But the difference between the two is, and this is an opinion. One of them be more focused than the other. I feel like Jamal be fucking. He be locked in when it's time to have business. And you know, not to say that Jamel he don't be as locked in. He's like, I don't think Jamal, he might get into the brawl, but I think he's smart enough and focused enough to like, all right, this is not the fight I need to fight. Let me fight my fight. Where Charlo finna try to prove to you, like, nigga, I can brawl. I'm gonna knock your ass out, nigga. Just like you trying, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck the game plan. They talking shit. Let's get out there. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Jamal is like,
a little bit more calculated.
A little more calculated, a little more focused, you know what I'm saying? But, oh yeah, for sure. You know, it's H-Town. We always riding with the house, for sure.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, J.O. I got nothing but respect for both Charlos.
Both of them, facts.
You know what I'm saying? I got respect for any fighter that gets in the ring and put their life on the line. First of all, so let me clarify that. All right. And again, y'all gotta realize
both of them before they blew up, before they had the belts, like they was probably still amateurs, like nobody even know. I can't speak on the business we were having. But.
So again, this is just my opinion. I feel like Young Twin, it's like I feel like he could be so much more better if he just kind of tone it down and chill.
Yeah, got more focus. Yeah. Facts. Like I say, we always go around for the house. I fuck with both of them though, for sure. But yeah, I just feel like one's more focused than the other. You know, one's a little more,
I agree,
extravagant and bodacious, braggadocious. I don't know if I said that other word right, but yeah. And one's a little more, restrained and focused and locked in. And but at the end of the day, both of them niggas are amazing fucking fighters, and I ride with them niggas. It's H-Town for sure. I'm riding with them tonight. But I am going to take under 10.5, and I'll take Charlo by decision, which is, I don't know if I should do Charlo by decision or Charlo by knockout. So Charlo by decision is plus 145. Charlo by knockout is 225. I don't know if he's going to knock him out. So I might just take the decision plus 145 and then take the under 10.5, because if he does knock him out, if anybody gets knocked out, I think it'll be before the 10th. I think if it goes to 10, it's obviously going to go to distance, in my opinion, if it goes that deep into the fight. So I'll take the under 10.5 because it's plus 200. So if anybody gets the knockout early, we still win that. And then I'll probably backdoor and take Charlo for decision. And because I think if it goes to 10, then it's going to go to a decision.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of covered in like 3 different ways. Even if Castano, all the way I'm not covered if Castano gets the knockout in the later rounds, which I don't think will happen, or if he gets the win by decision, which I don't think will happen. I think he has to get the knockout, and I think it'll have to be before the 10.5. But they was hitting the shit out of each other the whole fight. So honestly, who knows?
So look, great.
Go Darnell Jefferson out of
Great segue. Let me ask you a question.
We're indubitably going to be number 1.
Canelo Bivol. Your thoughts?
Canelo bit off more than he can chew, man. He was
I
too
agree.
big,
I agree.
too big, too skilled. And I think Canelo probably not only did he bite off more than he can chew, weight wise, size wise, I think he underestimated
I
Bivol
agree.
because he probably wasn't a household name, and he thought. And it's funny because in an attempt, and this is my opinion, in an attempt to avoid Charlo, Benavidez, or any of the other fighters that the public wanted him to fight, he finds Bivol, and I don't think they really did their homework on Bivol,
Right.
as well as he's just too big. He was fucking big. Weight. I think he's bigger. He was stronger. Obviously, I don't think that Canelo wants to. I don't think he should do that rematch because Bivol fuck around and knock him out next time.
No, yeah, I think he needs to just move back down and fight all the other guys that you just mentioned.
Yeah, I agree. So that's my thoughts on that. I mean, he really just beat him up. The whole time. He frustrated him, beat him up. Canelo was lunching a lot. And yeah,
did you see that shit when Floyd was talking about it after the fight when he was talking about that was one of his easiest fights?
Easiest fights, yeah, I did. I mean, you got to think about it like this too. Like he said, he was almost 40 when he fought that guy, bro. Like, I'm not 40 yet. I'm not close to it, and 40 and 20 something is a big difference. 40 and 30s is a big difference. So like that man, even though he's in phenomenal shape, but Soul was in the best. I mean, his body wise, you know, he 20 bull. Obviously, Floyd beat him mentally in the ring. You know what I'm saying? His experience and his mind is what beat him, but. Could you imagine a young Floyd? Could you imagine a young Floyd in the ring with Canelo? He beat the shit out that man.
But that goes back to what you said when you talked about black fighters. So sometimes black fighters or black athletes might not necessarily get it done in the classroom. It don't mean they dumb. They probably just bored. They need other things to do.
I think the classroom shit is just like that's just.
Hold on, let me finish. So, but when you get them out there in other avenues, the field, the ring, the track, the IQ is there. You can't name me a fighter. You cannot name me a fighter with the IQ, one of the smartest fighters ever, than a black fighter. You can't.
No, I mean all the great fighters. Well, I'm not gonna say all, but majority of people. I say if you list your top 10 fighters, I'd say 8 of them probably black. Maybe 7. You throw a couple Europeans in there. Off the top of my head, I'm sure majority of them are black fighters. And that's no knock on this fight. Like Castano, like I said, Castano plus 170. He has a chance to win this fight. I don't think it's not that he doesn't have a chance. It just depends on what type of fight it is. If Charlo fights the fight that he should fight, it should be cakewalk. It should be light work. But if he gets into a brawl like he did in that first fight, then anything's on the table because anybody can get caught with any shot. They both got knockout power. And Castano's a very talented fighter, so he's like a little mini pit bull. Motherfucker just keep coming, and he had the right game plan. Like I said, to me, it's really it's on the game plan. What kind of style of fight we get?
I agree. So he had the right game plan, and so when I look at matches like this, okay, Castano came in with the right game plan. I feel like in the rematch, now you giving the more superior boxer another chance,
right? To not make the mistakes that he made, because he made the mistakes in my opinion. He fought his fight and it came out a draw. So imagine what happens if we fight my fight now. And that's exactly what I would do. But like we said, we're fighting the more undisciplined twin, so to speak. So that's why I say I do everything to frustrate him, get in his mind, make him want to get mad and want to.
That's what Harrison did.
I fucking talk all kind of shit. I be shoving him in the match. We fighting. I'm trying to turn this into a street fight. We brawling. Yeah. I'm steady coming forward. I'm working that body. Like he should for the first 4 rounds, even though this never happens in most fights, he should have way more body punches than head punches. I would be like fucking chopping that shit down. That way by the time the 6, 7 in, if you ain't in great shape, you going down. Yeah. I chop that shit down.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What do you think about Tank Davis and Rolly? Romero. It come up on the 28th.
I haven't looked at it yet, but you know how I feel about Tank.
Yeah.
Huge Tank fan. To me, Tank is one of the smartest fighters. Because if you watch his fights, he figure you out. Like, y'all box for a second. You might catch him. You catch him because you're trying to figure him out. He got to get in on you most of the time. He's the smaller fighters. So he has to figure out a way to get in. He can't box and really keep you at bay. So sometimes early his fights, if you watch him, he takes a couple shots. Sometimes he's behind on the cards by the time you get to the 6th or 7th. But he
would be in the corner yelling at that nigga, like, or in the crowd, like, oh, what are you doing?
I think it was I know his name starts with a P. I just remember him setting him up the whole fight. He kept throwing that lead right, or maybe it was a lead left, and he fucking faked it. He jumped, and it was like, got you. I think it was an uppercut. I can't remember what he threw, but he knocked him out, floored him. And that's just so I gotta go back and watch a lot of Romero fights. But like you say, man, you know I'm super biased against Tank because I feel his boxing IQ is up there with the best.
I think Rolly actually have a chance.
Yeah, I mean I think a lot of people have chances.
I mean if they go toe to toe, I think Tank, like you said, needs to utilize his boxing skills.
Toe to toe. But what if they don't go toe to toe?
Then I think Tank is gonna win easily.
That part.
But have you been watching the press conference? That nigga Rolly, that nigga said Tank a bitch. Like fuck that nigga. Like yeah. I'ma knock that nigga out.
That's the wrong thing to try to do. He's a counterpuncher. He's a counterpuncher. Most of his fights are you see that boy weaving one, wow. He's a counterpuncher. I gotta look at the shit, but I mean, you know, I gotta go back and like really look at some shit. But
yeah, we got 2 weeks.
I'm biased extremely for Tank, extremely for Shakur. Those are probably my 2 best. Spence, I'm super biased, but I love Crawford. So man, I don't know how I'm going to even bet that fucking fight.
Well, it's kind of hard for us to even do that because the fight haven't even been made yet.
So. I know. I'm just throwing shit out there.
But if you want to talk about it, I think Spence gets the job done with his body work.
But man, fucking Crawford is a monster, dog.
Spence is a monster as well.
His fucking IQ is amazing too, dog. His composure in the ring, his skill.
It is until you get hit by a Spence body shot.
Never seen him get hit, and I've heard this from other boxers say this, bro. Spence hits hard. I've heard other boxers say that.
He does.
Spence hits hard, bro. Hard as fuck. So I don't know. I hope it's a great fight. Crawford said after Spence, he's coming for Charlo.
Fuck talking about Crawford. He not even in my weight class. Really? Okay. Like the nigga can't move up real quick. So, but man, ultimately, look, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be a great night of boxing. You got Castano, you got against Boots, and you got Charlo against Castano. Hey, if I was y'all niggas, I'll try to start barbecuing or something right now. Just chill. You know, so great night of boxing.
Hell yeah.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
God damn. What is going on on my phone like this, man? Let me go ahead and wrap this up, man. I know. My phone going out too. Shit. God damn. That shit crazy, dog. All right, man. So just a quick recap of the plays that we got for today. I'm on the over 5.5 in the Ennis and Clayton fight. Please don't put your money on Ennis, guys. Don't just the Brothas N Bets cash app is going across the bottom. If you want to bet on Ennis, just send it to us instead of doing that. I mean, if you want to bet on Clayton, just send it to us instead of doing that. Yeah, man, Rashawn, you're gonna have to go back and catch the recap, man. But I'm going over the bets as we speak right now.
Hey, that's my nigga Rashawn. That's the nigga
guy.
The boxing nigga.
We gotta get him on the show. Okay. Mikey brought you up. Yeah, we gonna have to. All right, so look, when we do the tank fight, you know what I'm saying? The night before the fight, that Friday, we'll do a show. We'll get you on. Come speak that shit. So as of today's plays, though, so I'm on an over 5.5. I think the knockout will come. If it does come, it'll come 6, 7, later rounds. I think Clayton played a little more safer. He's a better boxer than Lipowitz was. That's the common opponent. And if you're gonna bet on Clayton, don't do it. Just send it to the Brothas N Bets cash app. Instead of just wasting your money, give it to us, and we'll bet something better for you. And thank you for your tips and donations. As far as Charlo, Hova, you got Charlo, right?
Yeah, I think eventually they make. I think the trainer makes adjustments, and I think Charlo keeps him on the outside with the jab, and I think Charlo stops him under 10.5. So that's my official play, under 10.5.
Bet. And I am as well on that under 10.5. I'm also going to take Charlo by decision plus 145. The under 10.5 is at plus 225. So I think those are two good bets. Kind of cover myself all the way around with the exception of a Castano win or a late Castano knockout or a late Charlo knockout, which I don't think the fight. I think if it goes past 10, I think it'll go to a decision. So if we get the knockout early, that means we hit the under. So it's kind of like a hedge, but not really a hedge. I don't know, but I just think it's two good bets, and those are the bets that I'm on. We got one more comment before we got out here. No MMA. I don't know if Mikey do MMA. I do MMA,
no,
but
I don't do MMA, but I have a guy that actually knows MMA. One of my coworkers, so I holler at him. He always be shooting me messages and videos and stuff about MMA. He's all on that. So I'll get with him and I'll ask him if he's willing to give his picks and step in the show, whatever. Then we got it. Cause
I'm not gonna lie. Oh, my bad.
Cause we want to give y'all content from all sports. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's really about. And so and that's why I chose to do the WNBA stuff. Because I mean, not only do I love women's basketball, but I just want to give y'all some shit to where, hey, it ain't no action. Let me bet on WNBA. You know what I'm saying? So I've been cold lately, but give me a few days. I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, James, for the most part, my UFC, I lean on Boston Nick, man. You know, Nikki and Danny Betts and I think Conor Max on that show. It's a couple other guys. I'm Ghoster might be on that hoe. I don't know, but so when they do, they probably got a show today live, man. Go check out Pub Sports. That's kind of who I lean on when I do my UFC action. Unless it's like a major event, you know, for the most part. I know like the Oliveira and Gaethje fight. Like I know those guys, but for the most part, man, I lean on Boston Nick. Y'all go check out Boston Nicky. Man, go to Pub Sports. Shout out to all the low baggers.
And check us out. Subscribe, like, and subscribe, because ain't nobody out here doing it like what we doing. Me, Marley, the coach, my nigga Gambling Graylow. Niggas ain't doing it like this. Trust me. We got the game on lock. Believe that.
Thanks. Best intro in the business. And as always, man, y'all already know what it is. I am Marley Bets, and this is Brothas N Bets, and that is Mikey Hova, the mad gambler. And like always, man, like yesterday when I smacked up that bookie, we went 2-1, and like today, go smack his ass up again on this boxing. And like tomorrow, we gonna smack their ass up on that goddamn NBA Game 7s. Y'all know what it is. Let's beat Vegas. We out this motherfucker.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay.